Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with Mix It Up Monday for October. And this is the sketch that they have given us. This hop is started and run by Anna with Peacecraft Love and Kimberly with I'd Rather Be Scrapbooking. And they picked this cool sketch that has lots of fun ability to add in some mixed media. So I am going to use my print shop as well as a pre-made Vicky Bouton mixed media paper. And it is a little bit different from what I originally had thought about, but I do love the way that it ends up, so it all works out fine. I've got lots of embellishments. I've got some scraps. I'd like to try and use some of those up as well. And for my mixed media, I have a couple of acrylic paints by Apple Barrel, and I also have these lovely shimmers by Prima, Shimmers Lights, and I've got a couple of colors that I want to pull from there and try and use to just add a little extra something to my layout. So I'm going to put it all together and hopefully it all works out. So I've got my papers, I've got my embellishments, my mixed media, my picture, and this sketch. So let's see how this goes. So I decided to turn this sideways to where I am still keeping with the concept that the majority of the build is going over on the right side of the layout, and the left is kind of going to still be empty. And so what I did was I took a 12 by 12 solid white cardstock and cut a hole out, or cut a circle out, and I'm going to use that hole to put my mixed media in that circular fashion down on my layout. And then I take my two colors. I have orange sherbet, and then the other one is just white. And I'm going to blend those until I'm comfortable with them being as close to the background matte that I'm using. And I'll bring that out a couple of times to compare it right here. I want it to be as close to that as I can, because then I'm getting it as close to the color for this collection as I can. And I am actually pretty happy with the color. And then I just fill this entire circle in. Most of that's going to get covered with the picture and some embellishments. So I didn't care per se if it was 100% covered, but I wanted, to make sure that the circle, the outside circle, was there. So I get that down, and then I'm going to use Disco and Goldstone from these Shimmering Lights by Prima. And with the Goldstone, I'm going to make the little circle that is on the outside of the created circle with the acrylics. And then with the leftover on my watercolor brush, I'm just going to splatter it. So I'm still going to have a little something on the left side where it's pretty much white. I don't do well with a lot of white space. So I want a little something there. And I am actually going to add a little something else to the left side as well. Just something subtle, which actually I was super thrilled with. So I am going to take these two different black and white papers that I have scraps of. And on the sketch, you can see there are two little drawn out lines. And I could have done some tracing there, but I decided I was going to use some paper to make those extra layers. And I used two different kinds of black and white paper. One is a floral, one's got like rainbows or something on it, but it's all black and white, and I just use those for that. And then I'm going to use my ATG to get it to have an instant stick, but I'm also adding Nuvo Deluxe adhesive for a long-term on mixed media stick. And while I was watching my television show, I fussy cut whatever of these black and white florals that were left over from this scrap paper. And this full little triple flower up here I'm going to put in the top corner. And then I have another smaller floral that I'm going to put in the bottom right corner to kind of cover where those gaps are from the two papers. And then I have some leftovers that were not full florals, and I was thinking originally I'd tuck those in behind the picture to kind of come out, but I also don't want to cover more of that circle up, because then it kind of negates the point of putting that circle down there. So I take these bits and pieces that are partial and I'm going to tuck those around like they're falling off the page. And I really, really love this because A, it brings me that same black and white pattern all the way across the layout. And for people like me who don't do well with all this empty space, it gives a little something in like the top left and the side left and then the bottom, just a little bit more something so it's not completely blank. And I really, really love the way that that turned out. It makes me happy. And so then I'm going to start pulling embellishments and figuring out what I want to put on here other than, the clusters that I've already got going on. So I get all of my embellishments out and I'm just going to pick some things off camera and start adding those in. So I've got like a little word phrase at the bottom that says the world is full of beautiful things. And originally I thought I might use that as my title, but I end up changing my mind and bringing an actual title in using my alphas, which is something I always forget to do. I usually will pull either a big embellishment or I will pull like a cut apart or something that's got a title on it. And so I was lucky that I had the letters I needed from this collection to build the title I want. And so I just add some things like a black and white camera in that bottom right left corner of the picture, and some word phrases. One says kindred spirit, one says today is the day, one says this is us. This is me and two of the ladies from the retreat that I went to, my very first retreat I ever went to back in August. And this is right after I got there. I still got my bags in my hands, and two of the ladies that were already there, we got a picture done together, and I just adore both these ladies. They are just phenomenal. And I'm so excited that I got to spend some quality time and meet them, and decided to title this These Girls. So I pulled the word these from a Tim Holtz word phrase, and then girls I built from the alphas. And I love the way this turned out. It's so much fun, lots of things to look at, and I feel like I stuck to this sketch pretty darn closely, except I don't have text print all behind my picture, but I put lots of words and wordy bits on here. So anyway, that is it. I hope you will go and check out all of the other creatives who are hopping along with Mix It Up Monday, as well as Anna at Peacecraft Love and Kimberly with I'd Rather Be Scrapbooking, who, like I said, started this lovely monthly hop for us to try and use to mix media and mix things up a little bit. And so they will be linked below, and the playlist and everything. So I hope y'all have a great day. Hope you'll come back and see me again really soon. I would love a thumbs up and a subscription if you have not already subscribed. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping.